Hello buddies, today it's time to test out which assassin hero deals the highest amount of damage. Of course we'll test this based on the max damage of the combo of each assassin. Since the amount of assassins aren't that big and there really aren't heroes we can't test properly, we'll just test them all. Therefore we need to set some rules to get the comparison so fair as possible. So I'll buy 5 offensive items and boots that are most likely to get used on this certain hero. I'll show which items I've chosen for the transparency of this comparison vid. I choose for each physical damage based hero the assassin emblems with points in physical attack, physical penetration and the 7% damage increased when only one enemy is nearby. When testing a magic damage based assassin, I'll pick the custom mage emblems with points in magic power, percentage magic power and the burning effect. With this in mind, let's start testing all assassin heroes. So Saber gets the honor of being tested first, and this assassin is known to deal a lot of damage against a single target. This build gets him a total damage of 21k, which is great to take out a squishy hero. Let's put him on the list. Next we have Alucard, which in my opinion is more a fighter. But let's test him anyway. He deals more damage when only attacking a single target, so I'm curious which kind of damage his combo deals. In 5 seconds, his skills and some basic attacks deal a total damage of 22.5k. I think this is a wonderful score for a hero like Alucard and will place him right above Saber. Karina is next, which is one of my all-time favorite assassins. She deals high damage on a single target and is especially strong when the target has a low amount of HP. So her combo deals 22.9k damage if the target has full HP, which is really high considering the fact she can deal almost the same damage right again after making a kill. Karina has taken the first place. Next we have Zilong, which apparently gets categorized as an assassin, but I think he belongs more between the fight heroes. Within 5 seconds, his skills and basic attack deal a total of 26.3k. This is a lot higher than I expected, and this kicks Karina out of the first spot. Then we have Fanny, which is probably the hardest hero to master, and I have to admit that I really suck as a Fanny player. It's quite hard to measure her damage properly, since her flying speed and the amount of times she's able to hit the enemies play a big role in her total damage, but I'll try to make the best of it. So on this test, her damage totals on 30.8k, but I think we should adjust this number a bit, since I hit the enemy more than she does on average. Let's take 75%, which gets her damage to 23.1k, which leaves Fanny in the second spot. Hayabusa is another one I'm really curious about, since he's one of the best ones in a 1 vs 1 situation, so let's see how dangerous he really is. I need to use his first skill twice to get the maximum amount of extra damage from his passive. 26.7k damage with only 2 times his first skill. Not bad, but I expected more from Hayabusa. Nevertheless, Hayabusa is now on the first spot in our list. Natalia is next in our list and she is the silence killer, but let's see what kind of damage she deals.
Nothing is true.
I'm not the best Natalia player, but a combo of 25.8k damage seems reasonable. This gets her on the third spot, which isn't bad since you can't do a lot to defend you when being attacked by Natalia. Sun-shin is the next hero, and I still don't know if we call this hero an assassin. What do you think? Let's test his damage with his skills and add a few basic attacks to get his total damage up. So with a total of like 5 basic attacks and his skills, we see a total damage of 22.3k. Let's put Sun-shin on the list as the 7th highest combo at the moment. Then we have Harley, which also was tested in the mage damage comparison video. His first skill combined with his ultimate is deadly on almost each squishy hero. So let's see what kind of damage he deals. A total of 34.1k damage, which is a huge amount. Without his ultimate, Harley only deals 8.3k damage with his first skill, which is significantly lower. We have a new number 1. Lancelot is next on the list, and his total damage is largely based on the amount of stacks of his passive. Let's test it with 4 stacks, so we can see his maximum damage. We have a total of 29.6k damage, but I think we should adjust it slightly, since his combo took a bit longer than average. Let's say we take 80% of this amount for our list, which makes his combo worth 23.7k damage. Which is quite good for Lancelot, because he's a really mobile assassin. Lancelot is on the 5th spot. Helcurt is next, and I'm curious what damage he shows us with his second skill. Okay, his damage with some basic attack and twice his second skill at full power at 28.6k. However, it isn't that likely you can cast his second skill on full power twice, so let's adjust his damage to 80%, which seems more realistic. This gets his damage to 22.9k, which is the same as Karina, and I'll place him on the 8th spot. Lesley is next, which really is a marksman, and I don't know why Moonton labels her as an assassin. But okay, let's test her assassin skills. With 4 basic attacks and without her ultimate, Lesley deals 12.5k damage. Let's just add 2k extra damage for her ultimate, which gets her a total of 40.5k damage. She's in the 12th spot with a really big distance from Saber. Gusion is next, which is a real assassin hero, and I'm curious what kind of damage his knives can deal. So with this combo, his total damage is 34.7k. But therefore you need to hit his second skill twice and all 10 of the knives on the target. It's way more likely you miss a few of them, so maybe let's just include 70% to our list. This still is 24.3k damage and gets Gusion on the 4th spot. Selena is next, and we also already saw her in the mage comparison video. She's definitely an assassin hero, so let's test her to see what damage we might expect from her. A total damage of 20k from Selena, which is quite high, since she's the hero with the longest stun time. Let's add her to our list on position 12, which isn't that high. The next assassin we'll test is Hanzo. He isn't known for his high damage, but for being able to leave his body and attack the enemy. Let's see what his combo does. So his combo deals 39.1k damage, but his damage isn't that realistic. That's because when casting his ultimate, his first skill deals damage that's based on 25% of the max HP of the target. And our target has 80k HP. Let's replace the 28k with 4k damage, which is a lot more realistic, and maybe add 5k for some extra basic attacks. This gets Hanzo's damage with this combo up to 22.1k damage and puts him on the 12th spot. Then we have Kadita. And for everyone that already saw the mage comparison video, you already know the amount of damage she's able to deal. But let's see again what damage she deals, so we can add her in our list. So we have a max damage of 45.1k for Kadita, which is really high and requires you to hit the full combo, which isn't that likely. Therefore, let's just take 75% of this damage, which gets her damage to 33.8k. To get a more realistic comparison, which is still really high. This gets Kadita on the 2nd spot, just below Harley. Ling is next on the list. This is a really mobile hero, but let's see if he's also able to deal a good amount of damage. We have 27k damage with this combo. But I think you are more likely to miss a part of his skills and basic attacks. Let's include 75% of his damage in the comparison, which gets his total damage to 80.9k, which isn't that high. He's not that much above Lesley on the 16th spot. Only 3 assassins left, and next is Benedetta. She deals mainly area of effect damage, but let's see what she does against a single target. Her combo deals 33.3k damage, which is a lot. Unfortunately, you almost never deal the full amount of damage against the target, so let's just include 70% of it. This gets the damage to 23.3k, which is decent and puts Benedetta on the 8th spot. Mathilda somehow also got labeled as an assassin, but she's less of an assassin than Lesley is. But hey, we'll just test it and maybe she blow her mind. Okay, so her first part of her combo gets her damage to 16.3k, which is a lot better than I expected. Note that this is on one hero with no other units nearby, and her damage is a lot lower when more enemies are surrounding the main target. Mathilda is on the 18th spot, just above Lesley. The very last one is Aamon. He recently had a small boost, so let's see if his burst power comes close to that of his brother, Gusion. His damage really depends on the amount of shards, but I try to keep this combo on a realistic way. We have 24k damage in only 4 seconds, which is quite nice. This gets Aamon to the 7th spot, just a little below Gusion. So we now have our list complete and find Hayabusa at the 3rd spot, Kadita as 2nd and Harley as the hero that deals the highest damage with his combo. Hayabusa is a great hero in a 1 vs 1 situation, because his ultimate just deals so much damage and can't be dodged. Kadita can deal the highest damage with her combo, but it's not that likely you deal the full amount of damage. CC can really help to get her combo damage up, so pay close attention to the heroes your allies choose. Then we have Harley, and he deals the highest amount of damage with his combo, which isn't that hard to hit. He's the perfect pick to take out the damage dealers and return to safety again. I think this list provides us some insight in what each assassin is able to do. You have to keep in mind that the high damage doesn't mean that it's the best hero. Also, all of these builds have been set up to deal the maximum amount of damage, which isn't always the most suitable build for a hero. But nevertheless, I really hope you enjoyed this comparison vid and learned something. If you want to see what damage the other roles deal, maybe check out one of the other videos. As always, thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you again in the next guide.